Welcome back, welcome back. I actually found myself with some free time this week, so I'm putting together an actual video. So, anyways, last night I was hanging out on VC with a few friends, and they mentioned a game on itch.io called Idols of Ash. Now, you know me, I'm a sucker for small indie games, and it was free, and it was only 100 megabytes. It looked like a fun game to stream on VC2 while we were talking, so I figured why the hell not. It's an hour of my life, let's see what all the fuss is about. Suffice to say, I had a pretty good time. And then it dawned on me, hey, I should make a video about this, despite, how short the game actually is. The story is pretty interesting, actually. The story is really good. I will be talking about the ending, so spoilers about that ahead. And if you want to check it out yourself, I've linked it in the description. I highly encourage you to give the creator some love. This is an amazing game, and it's free. At least now it is. At least for now it is. So if you really want to give the creators some love, I suggest that you play the game beforehand before you watch the rest of the video. Without further ado, this party's getting crazy. Let's rock. The protagonist is in a ravine, the sunlight reflecting off the chalk-white cliff faces that it's almost blinding. It appears our character traveled to this place for something. Inspecting our temp gives us a bit of insight.
A long journey. A sleepless night. All that matters now is finding Eat and seeing her.
You're looking for something and someone. While we're still in the dark about the full story, let's press forward. The controls are pretty standard. WASD to move, shift to sprint, and spacebar to jump. I do gotta say, dude, this guy's got an insane vert. That is at least a 12-inch vertical. The Lakers need a center. We're also introduced to the main mechanic of the game, the grapple claw. We can shoot this out at ledges to climb up or down. After passing those rocks, in the tutorial stage, we walk into a clearing with a giant chasm in the middle. The protagonist's inner monologue gives us our objective for the game.
I just need to get to the bottom of this place.
Which is exactly what we'll do. Descending down slowly but surely. The grapple claw's mechanics are really immersive. If you throw it wrong, the claw will just bounce off, leaving you in a free fall straight towards the ground. The claw's rope is also gonna wrap around smaller surfaces like horizontal beams or later branches. Your momentum does transfer over, so you can't just drop in willy-nilly. If you end up grappling but swing towards the surface of a ledge too hard, you will take damage. The fall damage threshold, in fairness, is pretty forgiving. You get like 5 feet of leeway before you start taking damage. As we descend lower, it's apparent that this chasm isn't just a geological formation, it's some sort of underground temple. The architecture reminds me of this one level in Crash of the Titans where you wander around a similar dark temple. We're really on our Indiana Jones shit right now, dude. Like, oh man, this is awesome. The visuals really do make most of its rigidity. The textures of the place make it look grimy and old, like we're the first ones here in centuries. Once we're at the bottom, we meet this glowing structure surrounded by translucent flora. These are kilns holding ashes. We approach it, and we do a fat line of said ashes.
You breathe in the ancient ashes. The musty scent of stale air is replaced with piney and morning dew. You can almost see the faint outline of your village, stirring awake. You remember, it was the day you left for this place. You don't want to remember this. It serves no purpose to you now.
So this is our confirmation that the protagonist left his village to go to this temple, or whatever it is. And it seems like he's repressing his memories because it distracts him from the goal of reaching the bottom and finding what he's looking for. These kilns will act as our checkpoints as we go deeper, giving us a little flavor text like it's a Telltale game.
It wasn't for
touching kids, was it?
Oh, man, come on, man. What? I gotta ask.
Anyways, we walk straight ahead and keep going down. We reach the bottom and find a dancing flame surrounded by humanoid statues. Approaching it gives us a health boost.
A latent ember has rekindled some vitality.
And this is where we meet the real danger of the game. A giant centipede inhabits the temple's ruins. It slowly makes its way towards you, and as you can see, I panic and fall off the ledge and get eaten. The centipede moves rather slowly, but it really adds a sense of pressure to your descent. If you're not careful, you could be caught with it on your ass even before you realize it. The sound design really works in your favor. The sound of its legs against the stone walls echo and gets louder as it approaches. After learning from our mistake, we head back down again, and I end up getting caught lacking by the centipede at the entrance once again. The sound design, I cannot emphasize this enough. It really sells the urgency. If it's close enough, you can hear it snapping its mandibles trying to get at you, as you can see in this clip. So, in my haste, I was left with a pip of health. Like I said before, your movements have weight, and I swung and split my head open. It's like that scene in Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. This happened to me a lot, but it never really felt unfair because it was all my fault. So, we learn our lesson once more and try again. There's another kill in the distance, so that's gonna be our next goal, our next checkpoint. The game really forces you to be deliberate with your grapples and to not rush things too much. Me, being as stubborn as I am, will not follow my own advice throughout the playthrough, and I will just keep slamming my head against walls and falling to my death. We eventually reach an ember, and right next to it is the kiln, where we'll do another line of ashes.
You breathe in the ancient ashes. You see the shape of her. It is strong, pale, beautiful, but distant. You remember this moment. She waited months for you to return. Every step you had ever taken was a step towards her. Seeing her distant shape is unbearable now. It's too far. You don't want to remember her like this.
Clearly, the protagonist also has another motivation, to see this woman, a lover, we presume, and it seems like something happened between them that drove them apart. Or perhaps she's just gone from his life entirely. It has a very Silent Hill 2 feel to it, a man venturing into a dangerous place filled with horrors greater than himself to see his loved one. While we're never given an explicit answer as to what happened to the woman, any guess would still fit the protagonist and his motivations. So, we press onward, reaching another layer with only one way down. This time it's a narrower chasm bathed with a warm, bright light. You're gonna hear me say we go down a lot. But yeah, anyways, we make our way down, and we spot another green glowing pit. I land this insane freefall grapple, and then fumble it anyways. This is really where my playthrough truly becomes the definition of insanity. Since I'm a total fucking ape and play games like they're a war of attrition, I just kept trying the same route over and over and over again, throwing all caution to the wind. This would have taken me 10 minutes, but instead it took me almost 50, so it took up almost an hour of my time. Here is a little, fun montage, a fun compilation of all the deaths that I did.
Tommy right on the creek with that fucking side out. Tommy pop the clip to the pound, played it 44. Tommy right, I creep at night, posse deep is creep. Tommy right on the creek with that fucking side out. Tommy pop the clip into the pound, played it 44. Tommy right, I creep at night, posse deep is how I creep. Tommy right on the creek with that fucking side out. Tommy pop the clip into the pound, played it 44. Tommy right, I creep at night. Tommy right, I creep at night. Tommy right on the creep. Tommy right on the creep. Tommy right, I creep at night. Posse deep is how I creep. Tommy pop the clip into the palm, played it 44. Kicking it with TW, kicking it with TW. W. Tommy pop the clip into the phone, played it 44.
After about almost an hour of banging my head against walls and falling to my death, I take the slow and steady route and finally reach the bottom. But we're met with an unexpected guest. Just like at the start, I fall backwards trying to escape and hit the ground. The screen goes black, but we're still alive, possibly with every bone in our body broken, but we're alive. Our grapple claw rope is broken. This is really the point of no return. We crawl towards the kiln in front of us.
You breathe in the ancient ashes. It coats your throat and lungs. You fight the urge to cough, and your eyes water. They warned you this place was filled with illusions. Tricks of the mind. Intangible and ruinous. They claimed all who come here meet the face of regret. That there was no greater folly than losing your life for a memory. The shape of her manifests behind your eyes. And all thoughts of regret or folly are silenced.
And that's where the game ends. The protagonist goes to the temple in pursuit of the memory of his lover, and while he did get it in the end, it cost him his life. While Idols of Ash never shows its full hand or really exposits as much as it should, I think we can piece the story together well enough. The protagonist had a woman in his life who he loved. Every effort he made was to get closer to her, and he yearned for her endlessly. Then, for a reason left unknown, she just vanished. Maybe she left him, maybe she died, nobody knows. It's anyone's guess. But what we do know is that now, he's left with a memory of her that haunts him endlessly. Perhaps he heard this place was a way to make those memories come alive, as we saw with the memories of his village being made manifest at the beginning. The kilns hold their ashes that turn the memories into reality, or at least a convincing illusion of reality. He was warned that his pursuit was fruitless, and maybe that's why he came to resent the village. He was so set on clinging to her that he was left blinded. And all the way until the end, he regretted nothing. Those statues we saw glittering the temple floor and spread around everywhere weren't just statues. They were the people who came before him, also in the pursuit of memories, getting exactly what they wanted but losing themselves in their refusal to let go. And now, we're left to the same fate, but at least we die with a sense of comfort, even if it's a false one. Now, this story really hit home for me. Without getting into too much detail, I went through something pretty similar not too long ago. I told someone that every move I made was to get closer to them, that no matter how long it took, I'd find a way to maybe meet them in person. Like, finally, they were my world. They were my fucking everything, dude. I truly thought that it was going to be that way until the day we finally stood looking at each other face to face, breathing the same air, seeing each other in the same space. But that's not how things went. They wanted things that were different from what I wanted. I loved them, but the last thing I want to do is hold them back. The last thing I'd want to do was hurt them. I'd never want to do that. So I let go. And now, all I'm left with are the memories. The words we shared, the feelings we held only for one another and nobody else. I can't lie, when, I reached the ending of the game, I think I cried a little, man. I think I felt my heart squeeze a little bit, the fucking, that sort of thing. And I think if I were given the choice, I'm no better man. I'm not a better man than him. I would have done this exact same thing. I would have risked it all just to experience the memories as if they were happening for the first time, even if I did die. This game was really, really fun. Like, it's really fun, and the story was stellar. Give love to Leafy Games in the description. Play the game. It's on itch.io. Give them as much support as you can. They deserve all the praise. I cannot tell you enough how fun this game was, while also hitting the right notes. Also, if you finish the game for the first time, you'll unlock a secret mode. Ooh. But you'll have to play that to find out. Again, free on itch.io. Go play it. That's gonna do it for me, guys. Like if you liked it. Subscribe if you're new and you like the channel and you want to see more. Say no to drugs and alcohol, and I am out. Shit.